Brown University is supposed to be one of the safest campuses in America. An Ivy League school. Historic. Elite. But on a quiet December afternoon in 2025, someone walked into an engineering building, opened fire, and vanished without a trace. 2 students would never make it home. And days later, police were still asking the same question: who did this? And where did they go? This is the true story of the Brown University shooting, a case that shocked an entire campus, triggered a massive manhunt, and left behind more questions than answers. It was December 13th, 2025, just days before winter break. Students at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, were finishing exams, packing bags, and counting down the hours until they could go home. Inside the Barrows and Hawley Engineering Building, an exam review session was underway. Nothing felt unusual until, at approximately 4:05 p.m., gunfire shattered the room. Witnesses later described chaos, students diving under desks, screams echoing through hallways, and confusion as no one initially understood what was happening. The shooter fired multiple rounds, then fled the building. By the time campus police arrived, the gunman was gone. 2 students were killed in the attack. Q, 19 years old, a student leader and vice president of Brown's College Republicans, and Makhomad Aziz Amirzukov, just 18, described by friends as driven, kind, and aspiring to become a neurosurgeon. At least 9 others were injured, several critically. In a matter of minutes, lives were changed forever. Brown University immediately went into lockdown. Students barricaded themselves inside dorms. Parents flooded phone lines. Police swarmed the campus. Helicopters circled overhead. Armed officers searched buildings room by room. Classes and exams were canceled. Students were sent home early for winter break. But the most terrifying detail was this: the shooter had escaped. Local police, state troopers, and the FBI launched a massive manhunt. Surveillance footage showed a figure fleeing the area, but the images were blurry. Doorbell cameras, traffic cameras, witness interviews. Investigators released photos of a person of interest and offered a reward of up to $50,000 for information. At one point, a man was detained at a hotel miles away, but he was later released. He was not the shooter. Days passed. No arrest, no suspect name. The killer remained at large. Authorities have not confirmed a motive. No manifesto, no public threats. No known connection between the victims. Why this building? Why this day? Was it targeted or random? And perhaps the most disturbing question of all: how does someone commit a mass shooting on an Ivy League campus and disappear? Vigils were held across campus. Flowers piled up outside the engineering building. Students returned home, but fear followed them. For many, Brown University would never feel the same again. Administrators promised security reviews. Police promised they would not stop searching. But as of now, no one has been charged. No suspect has been named, and the case remains open. The Brown University shooting is not just a story about violence. It's a story about how fragile safety can be even in places we trust the most. Somewhere, the person responsible is still out there, and until they're found, this case remains unfinished. If you have thoughts on this case, leave them in the comments. And if you want more deep dive true crime stories, subscribe, because some stories don't end when the headlines fade.